All right, Kapil Sibal's exclusive interview to India Today has set the political corridors abuzz. Dropping one bombshell after another, Sibal highlighted the shortcomings within the Congress party and in more than one statement put the onus on the Gandhis. The biggest headline perhaps was the senior Congress leader telling us that he hasn't spoken to the leadership of the party since 2019. He's also questioned how any party can function without a president and said that there must be a Congress chief appointed at the earliest. Sibal, who is part of the G23 leaders, also spoke on the dinner that he hosted for a slew of opposition leaders, which the Gandhis skipped. Now, Sibal said that the G23 leaders wanted what was best for the Congress party and highlighted that the party cadre must matter more than the Gandhis itself.
Well, on the other hand, the Congress seems to be caught in status quo where nothing changes.
Well, we hope things happen. We just pray that things happen. We are trying our best. We are batting for the Congress party. We'll continue to bat for the Congress party.
But this is where
the problem again is that there's no conversation. The problem is, while we are having conversation with the opposition, I can share this with you, that since 2019, I have not had a conversation with the leadership. Since 2019. Now we are in 2021. Now there has to be a conversation.
1 year ago, I again was interviewing you here, and that was when you all brought out a letter calling out for the revamp of the Congress, for a full-time president, reorganization, bottom up. None of it has happened in the last 1 year.
I tell you, it's something I feel, and this is my personal opinion, something I feel extremely sad about. That this party has a legacy of over 125 years. And for the last 2 years, we don't have a president of the party. I don't know how a political party can move forward without a president. And it saddens me. It is not against A, B, or C. A political party should have a president who will...
A full-time president.
We don't even have a part-time president. Forget about a full-time president.
Well, Sonia Gandhi is interim president.
She's an interim president. She's not a part-time president. She's an interim president.
Let me ask you this. There will be those, in particular, even within the Congress, who will say, look, Kapil Sibal cannot win his own seat in Chandni Chowk. Many of these G23, no, just a minute, many of these G23 members have no base. You're actually dependent on the Gandhi family. Many of you have achieved what you have because of the Gandhi family, and now, because the Gandhi family you see is no longer a vote catcher, you're looking at alternatives and clutching at straws.
Let me destroy this myth. We're all dependent on the Congress worker. Unless we woo the Congress worker, unless we understand the Congress worker, unless we understand the aspirations of the Congress worker, right? That's number one. We have to do that. Number two, we must understand the aspirations of citizens of this country. What is it that they want for tomorrow, right? And that conversation must also be started with the opposition. What do people want in the various states in which elections are going to take place? And how can we help to achieve those aspirations? And how can we expose what this government is doing in those states?
You call all the members of your so-called G23 who are seen to be, in a way, questioning the state of the Congress. So therefore, it seems as if this is a parallel attempt to build opposition unity parallel to what Rahul Gandhi is attempting.
Is that sort of anti-Congress? It is pro-Congress. We're doing something for Congress. Because we are congressmen, we want the opposition and the Congress to get together.
Minus the Gandhis.
And Rahul Gandhi is taking his own initiatives, and we appreciate that. We are also congressmen, and we are also taking those initiatives. So why should this be considered as minus the Gandhi? No, it is for the Gandhis. It is with the Gandhis. Except that we are at the moment in a situation where we want to start that conversation. And because some of us are very close to the leadership of all these political parties, we believe that it's time to tell them, look, let's get together and see what we can do for the country. Congress, all the opposition together to build an alternative to the BJP.
Let me cut across to Anand Patel reporting live from Delhi. Anand, what an explosive interview. While Kapil Sibal speaks to India Today, on one hand, he is taking up for the Gandhis. On the other, he is explicitly expressing shock and surprise that a party as big as the Congress party does not have a precedent for nearly 2 years, and says that he has barely managed to have a conversation with the Gandhis since 2019. What does this really speak of when it comes to equations within the senior leadership in the Congress?
Well, Nabila, you see, this interview clearly reflects the stand of the G23 letter writers who had revolted against the Gandhi family back in 2019 when the CWC meeting took place after that. In that meeting, it was decided there will be a roadmap to elect a new president, but because of Corona, nothing much could progress on that front. But in the meanwhile, there was a discussion with the G23 leaders at 10 Janpath where Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi were present, and most of the G23 leaders were also present. Unfortunately, Mr. Kapil Sibal was not there because he was out of the country. So that is one. Second, the issues which are being raised by him regarding the leadership in the Congress party, it was the same set of leaders when Rahul Gandhi had stepped down. These were the leaders who requested Sonia Gandhi to take on the mantle of the party and become the interim president till a full-time president is elected. Now the process is already under progress. We are told that once the parliament session gets finished, after that the CWC will sit and it will chart out the further roadmap to elect a full-time president. So that is being addressed by the party leadership. It is not that the doors are shut to elect any full-time president. So, but the fact of the matter remains that the Congress party is on a losing streak. The recent assembly elections also, the Congress party could not achieve much, and that is the reason why these bickerings are surfacing time and again. And at a time when the Congress leadership is weak, the Gandhi family is weak, it is under a lot of pressure. The leaders who feel that they've not been getting enough from the party leadership are coming out and attacking the Gandhi family, particularly Rahul Gandhi, because he has formed his own new team. So the old-timers, the old guards are feeling left out, and hence we see from time to time such meetings in which the leaders try to question the party leadership and try to bring out to the fore that look, we have contributed to the growth of the party over the years, and we cannot be left in lurch at a time when the party needs solid ground to take on the BJP.
Well, Anand, I'd like to ask you very clearly, were the Gandhis invited to this dinner diplomacy meet or not?
Well, no, this was a dinner which was hosted by Kapil Sibal for his close friends and associates, long-time associates, likes of Lalu Yadav, for whom he has fought many cases, likes of Mulayam Singh Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav, his son, represented in the dinner. He has also represented him. In fact, Samajwadi Party supported Kapil Sibal in his Rajya Sabha election. So these were, political colleagues and old compatriots of Kapil Sibal who were invited to this dinner. And that's why we see a person from the Gandhi family invited to this. And also interestingly, Nabila, if you see, only last week, a similar lunch was thrown by Dr. Shashi Tharoor. It was a mango and chaat party in which a number of opposition leaders were invited, including those of BJD. So clearly, during the parliament session, such meetings, such get-togethers and dinners and socials do take place in which the leaders invite their close associates.
Well, not close enough with the Gandhis then, it's quite clear. Kapil Sibal is one of the senior-most leaders within the Congress party, and he's spoken to India Today very clearly saying that he's not had a word with the Gandhi family since 2019. So clearly speaks of the kind of friction within the party. Let me quickly cut across to Sanjay Jha, who's a former Congress leader, joining us on the phone line. Mr. Jha, your opinion or the conversation that you sparked off some time ago on reviving the Congress party, or speaking of internal democracy within the party itself, seems to now echo among several senior Congress leaders. Kapil Sibal itself, speaking to India Today, says there isn't a proper leadership and it's about time. The party isn't functioning. There's no president that's at the helm of affairs, and this is worrisome.
Well, I saw Mr. Sibal's interview with Rajdeep on your show, and since I happened to be there that evening at Mr. Sibal's home for dinner, I can tell you that it was held in a very, a very wonderful atmosphere of warmth and, transparency. all the opposition leaders, frankly, which has been quoted in the media, made very pertinent points that if the BJP has to be defeated, and it can be defeated, then the Congress has to be the linchpin, it has to be the fulcrum of that fight back. But because the grand old party seems to be struggling in getting its act together, that basically weakens the entire electoral numbers that the opposition needs to form the government. So I think what Mr. Sibal said is right. And this was an opinion voiced by practically all the other opposition leaders over there.
Mr. Jha, since you were privy to the conversations there at the dinner diplomacy meet at Mr. Sibal's house, if you can take us through the opinion of the opposition parties and the Congress alike who were present there, what do you feel? I mean, was there an echoing sentiment to move forward sans the Gandhi family itself?
Well, I live in Mumbai, so I always think that the chicken tikka masala that is served in Delhi is absolutely mind-bogglingly delicious. It would be a little, I don't think it would be fair for me to really quote exactly what each one said, but on a broader plane, there is a lot of anxiety about why the Congress is not appearing to be in a combative mode. 2 Lok Sabha elections lost, more than 2 years gone, and the fact that we don't have a permanent president, which Mr. Sibal has completely explicitly stated on your show, tells you of the fact that we do have an internal crisis. And I think this weakens, the resolve of the opposition to believe that we can truly unseat the BJP. You see, ultimately the general consensus was that if the Congress remains enervated, weak, and not really robust enough for a fight back, then the regional parties can probably defeat the BJP on their turf. But because the Congress and the BJP across the country contest almost 200 Lok Sabha seats, and if the BJP is going to sweep them, then the numbers don't stack up for the opposition. So there is a lot of, I would say, apprehension at the fact that if the Congress is not able to reinvent itself quickly, then the crisis is going to continue, despite the fact that the BJP has done disastrously on managing the COVID, or the economy is in a bad shape, the farmers are protesting, unemployment is high, there is sectarian tension, people are talking about democracy, there is a Pegasus issue, but the BJP is getting away scot-free.
Well, I just heard you say we. It appears, Mr. Sanjay Jha, that you still feel a sense of belonging to the Congress party. You've been loyal to the ideology of the party, we hear you say time and again. In what capacity were you part of this dinner diplomacy meet?
Well, let me tell you, because I happen to be a suspended member, that also has its advantages, right? Because I can actually swing from one end of the pendulum to the other. So, end of day, I have always been part of the team within the Congress that has fought for organizational reforms. I mean, the reason why the Congress suspended me, I think, is because I said, listen, you must take on the BJP. The Congress has got a lot of character, it's got history, it's got great talent, it's got ideology. And I have colleagues, everybody present there whom I know, from Manish, Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Anand Sharma, Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Sibal himself, are lovely people. They are outstanding talent. So I basically have raised the banner, I wouldn't say revolt, but a banner of change within the Congress. And therefore I am, people can suspend me from the Congress, but nobody can take my personal right to my ideological commitments.
Most definitely. Thank you very much, Mr. Jha, for joining us with those details.